right.
Give me 30 minutes. I'm here.
1-0 defeat, and again, you understand, set piece, free kick, similar to that Bruno Fernandes no shot, but I don't lose first match of the season.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'll be reacting to Arsenal's avoidable loss to Liverpool at Anfield. To be honest, it truly was avoidable, and I'll be giving my thoughts while reacting to a day on Football Fans Drive. Like always, shout out to the guys at FFT. They are doing amazing work over there, and you can check out the full video in the link in the description. So let's get into it.
First loss.
When I've been seeing this lineup, I told you something. I said this is a lineup of a man that wants to sit back. This is the lineup of a man that came for a draw as his highest result. This is the lineup of an ingrate to success. This is the lineup of a locomotive, unsensible man that wants to challenge. The best result you could ever get from Anfield today is draw.
Why?
Now, if you get that draw, first of all, on Anfield, second, two of your starting players, no day. The third man will be Saliba, where we know the in advantage for games. He left from injury.
I think we need to actually sit down and dissect Arteta's decision making today. Yeah, I know and I understand that this is probably the mindset he has been using to get results against top 6 teams over the last 2-3 years. But today's selection, in my opinion, did not make sense at all. If Odegaard is injured and you deem him not fit to play, you would not put him on the bench at all. You know Odegaard has always been probably our most creative player. Saka used to be our most creative player if he's fit, but this match he was not available, so we expect that Odegaard will be our most creative player. Like I said, Martin Zubimendi is not that guy yet. He's still trying to learn the trade. I don't think he has any form of creativity in him. If Thomas Partey was still at Arsenal, he would have probably been the one to take up the mantle of creativity, creating chances and all. But Thomas Partey is no longer here. We have Martin Zubimendi now that is still trying to adapt to the game. We all know that Declan Rice is not creative. Now, I do not understand the idea behind playing Declan Rice, Mikel Merino and Martin Zubimendi in the midfield, where we have 4 different defenders already. We have 4 centre-backs behind them. How do we have 4 centre-backs behind them and then you still play 2 defensive-minded midfielders and 1 at most central midfielder? We all know how terrible Mikel Merino has been for us when playing in midfield. He has never been actually effective. The best game he has given to us was when he was playing as a striker. Imagine a midfielder playing his best game in Arsenal shirt as a striker, to show you how bad his performances are, generally speaking, for Arsenal Football Club. But one way or the other, Mikel Arteta decided, oh, I'll play that very uncreative midfield, and at the same time, I'm going to start Martinelli. This is the mindset of someone that is not looking at this game and thinking, oh, I can get all 3 points. I agree, it's a defensive minded game and it's not here to get all 3 points. If you are here to get 3 points, the least you could have done is probably risk Martin Odegaard playing for 60 minutes in the first half, then maybe about 15 minutes in the second half, the full first 45, and then play about 15 to 20 minutes in the second half, then take him off. If you're really bothered about his fitness, play him first 45 minutes and remove him at halftime and bring in someone else, or probably bring it easy at halftime. How do you just decide to play a full defensive-minded midfield and defense? Because obviously, maybe Calafiori is a little bit different because Calafiori likes to go forward, but we all know his defensive frailties. In fact, before the game, I was scared that he was going to get skinned by Salah. But at least for the majority of the game, he did well against Salah until the second half, towards the end, when Salah started dribbling past him. I don't understand Mikel Arteta's thought process. Somebody please make me understand it. I've been backing Mikel Arteta for a very long time because I believe that there are a lot of other factors that are obviously the reason he has not yet gotten to the league title yet, and I still believe that. But his decision making has been the worst. I'm not going to lie to you. This game is the kind of game we could have easily won. The first half, we're dominating, doing all we can. We're dominating, but this creativity was just not existing. Martinelli had a perfect opportunity to play a through ball to Vitor Gyökeres and probably get a chance from there. Martinelli decided to just obviously run. I don't know, the guy just keeps running after the ball, like he doesn't know where he wants to take the ball to. It is very frustrating. The least you could have done, Mikel Arteta, is play Trossard on the left. Trossard has some sort of creativity in him. He has at least a fragment of creativity in him. Trossard would have probably been a better fit for this formation today than Martinelli could ever be. Yeah, Martinelli runs back, but running back does not save you from the world-class goal we consider today. No matter how defensive you are, anything can happen. Any form of mistake will lead to a goal. Any form of deflection could lead to a goal. Anything could happen because, first of all, Liverpool have one of the best attack in the league. In fact, they've probably scored more goals than any other team in the league this season. And then somehow, some way, Mikel Arteta decided I'm going to play a defensive team against them and not have any form of creativity to back the attackers up. What is Victor Gyökeres supposed to do? If Saka was even playing at all, maybe I would have said, oh, maybe he's thinking about the fact that Saka is here. Saka is probably our most creative player and he can make something work. But we have Madueke was our best player today, and there's a reason for that. There is a very valid reason for that. Yeah, he played very well, but he could have actually come out of this game with at least a draw. We could have won this game if we actually had effective players on the pitch in the first half.
Are you aware that Ethan Nwaneri could have played that end? Are you aware that Trossard could have played there? He should have been better. This man came to get the highest result of a draw. He no get anything with anybody. What is new? What is new? Wait, what if the experience as I stand there, I can't complain about Martinelli. What is new now? You complain about Martinelli since last season till this season. They still use the Martinelli. Man still can't start there. They complain about the same Martinelli.
This is a very, very good point as well, because this Martinelli's performance has been something we've been seeing over 2 years now, and somehow, some way, the manager of Arsenal Football Club, the man that was supposed to believe is the one that is supposed to take us to the league title, cannot see that there's something wrong with Martinelli. The exact same sentiment is the level of loyalty he has for Kai Havertz too. We all know Kai Havertz is not a good player. Yeah, he has his own usefulness. Yeah, there are certain parts of the game, there are certain pockets in the pitch and Kai Havertz can function properly. But we all know he's not the kind of guy that can lead the line for any title winning team. But Mikel Arteta has decided to just stick with him, keep playing him for reasons known to Mr. Mikel Arteta. I do not understand how Mikel Arteta decided to have total loyalty to players that probably wouldn't make it into the starting 11 of title winning teams anywhere else in the world. I do not understand it. Continually playing Martinelli and that guy has been so bad. The least you can do for the guy is put him on the bench, try and help him build some sort of motivation. If you can put him on the bench and obviously make him work his way back into the team, maybe it will help him develop, help him obviously get out of this loss of form that he has been in for over 1.5 to 2 years right now. But you keep playing him and the guy keeps putting in poor performances. I don't know what is it with people running back to defend. If you are scoring goals, you won't be bothered about defending. You have so much attackers on the bench, so much players that can do different kind of things for you on the bench, people that can create chances, people that can bring some sort of productivity, and you decided that no, I'm going to play a guy that is the only reasonable or his only viable function in the team is to help defenders defend. If that's the case, then why don't you just convert him into a 2? Let him play 2, let him play the overlapping 2. At least maybe that will probably help us change our style, maybe give us a different perspective, give our team a different perspective, make us more unpredictable. If we are playing a defensive-minded attacker in defense, where we all know is probably his best position, why do you just keep being loyal to these players that are not performing with Mikel Arteta? You need to actually come out and explain to the fans thought process behind some of the decision making, because it is getting really frustrating.
Martinelli was not playing well. That is why we lost. Now that they went to here. The Martinelli, they put himself for starting lineup. The Martinelli, they call himself up to the squad. No. If now other clubs, they for don't ship him. Funny enough, I have seen the job of Martinelli. You see that returning. Martinelli get him. But the attacking wise, he does not have it. Now if you watch now Madueke too, it's almost the same thing that he did today. Now let us look at this. 4 defenders, 3 DMs, which their ability to is more like a defensive ability. Then you now have 1 striker, 1 left winger, and 1 right winger.
You have 2 left back now.
So now
Martinelli is second left back.
Oh no, only you. You carry. First of all, you carry 7 defensive-minded players. See, fans fun you. As somebody is blaming Martinelli, then blaming all these players. Only you carry 7 defensive players. 7 defensive players. Now you carry them, put for your starting lineup. Then you can't put only 3 attacking-minded players. Now somebody is telling me, but Merino they score goal now. Merino they score goal for midfield. How many times Merino don score goal from midfield for you? Merino no get energy to play midfield.
Exactly.
Na the coach be the problem. This man is a very scared fucking man.
Fear no dey win.
Oga, see, you fear pass Jesus when they be wan kill am. Jesus wept. I say when I see.
Like he said, there's probably a lot of truth to the fact that fear might actually be Mikel Arteta's problem. I don't know if it is the fear of, obviously, when he played under Arsene Wenger, when he played in the team, and he sees how defensively open we were. We're not good defensively. Obviously, we scored a lot of goals when we were under Arsene Wenger. We scored a lot of goals, created a lot of chances, and then, but the one thing that always lets us down was our defense. Our defense always concedes more than we probably score, and it has led us to different losses, has led us to lose league titles, lose trophies, and all sorts of things. Me being Mikel Arteta is actually having some sort of PTSD of that era, because right now the guy just keeps buying defenders, and he's playing defensive-minded players. He's overloading his team with too many defensive-minded players. Like, the guy wants to create a powerhouse of defense because he has suffered from loose defenses in his entire footballing career. Maybe that's where the fear is coming from, because I really do not understand why somebody is so obsessed with defending. Every other team in the league plays with two centre backs, one attacking minded right back and attacking minded left back. Even Pep used to play with 4 defenders previously, but now this season he has changed. He has started using actual attacking minded fullbacks. Yeah, it might not be working right now, but as time goes on, as the players begin to understand each other, they will play better. And Slot came in last season and he used an attacking minded right back and an attacking minded left back, and he won the league title with it. So what is this obsession with always playing centre backs and right backs and left back? Where is the fear coming from? Why are you scared of actually putting all your cards on the table and taking a gamble? This game, if Mikel Arteta has gambled this game, I am very, very confident we would have won with ease, because Liverpool were there for the taking. Could have beaten them in the first day. The first half, we're not playing as what I would have preferred us to play, but we were actually dominating them subtly. We're not doing the all-out attack thing, but we were controlling the game. We were making moves, we were trying to break through their lines, but of course there were so many defensive-minded players on the pitch. We could not create clear-cut chances. Gyökeres was just running around, defending, running forward, going back. Nobody to supply him with passes. It's because the team was just so defensive. Madueke was the one that was trying to do a lot, right? And that's because he probably wasn't doubled up on, right? Like Saka, normally Saka, I would have seen 2 or 3 players on Saka trying to get the ball away from him. Madueke, they gave him some sort of leeway today, and he was having all sort of joy on that right hand side, but still there was no attacking midfielder to overload the box to obviously get clear-cut chances, to get opportunities to score goals. Nothing like that. That's because our team was too defensive. Mikel Arteta really messed up this lineup today. The reason we lost is just purely because of the decision making.
7 defensive-minded players dey your starting 11. Arsenal, and they play Liverpool. First half, see the opportunity. See midfield like this, we choke midfield. Then get small touches for the midfield, but the midfield now we get them. Now Declan Rice is progressing with the balls. We mend the day back.
Exactly.
Merino now.
Nowhere to
That
be one in turning.
Merino now.
Rabunala.
Now. The Merino now, what we dey talk about? No be that kind of energetic player. Where they like Odega, we say, I seen turn, he don't pick up pass. But you start 3 of them. Somebody's telling me, Eberechi just joined the club and he cannot start. Who are you now? Oh God, let's forget about these excuses, man. let's forget about this shit. What is Eberechi? Eberechi not they play for Premier League since. He know from Saudi Arabia come now, from England to see Crystal Palace. Go check the distance between we and Crystal Palace. Now, you know even far.
Yeah, I actually need someone to explain to me why this tradition even exists in the first place. Because the player is coming to a new team for the first time. Why do we need to bench him? Why do we need to rest him? Why do we need to give him just 45 minutes? And especially in Iberichi's case, like he said, he has been in the Premier League for so long. Then why do we need to bring him in the second half before we believe he can actually make impact in the game, or we believe it is a tradition that works for the betterment of the team? I really don't understand it. This guy is ready to play. Why not start him? If you are so scared that you don't want him to play full match, then take him off in the second half. And if you're not going to take him off in the second half, at the least you can do is bring him on at half time. Why did you have to wait till 70th minute before you brought him on? And you also have someone else on the bench that you could have brought on, but because for some reason, for some traditional reasons, you decided not to play him. You waited until the 70th minute to bring him on and do what exactly? Mikel Arteta really messed up with our selection today.
Not ourselves now.
He not even far. He no travel for 600 years come. When he come, we don't already train before we come play the next match. Which time he come? No be our last match he come.
Yes.
He come our last match. He train for a full weeks with the team and you are telling me he just came. You can just I beg you, Joe.
The free kick, you go for Raya because I know you be 4 times against that Bruno Fernandes zone that time, Abi.
Now this is what I'm saying. This thing.
Honestly, I actually think probably most Arsenal fans will not see it as Raya's fault, but I actually believe that goal was Raya's fault. He did the exact same thing against Manchester United. You are trying to set up a wall. Fine, okay, I agree. Set up a wall and put the people you want to put there. And then Raya's positioning was just a signal to Szoboszlai. This is the post. You can target anywhere you want. Just pick your target and let's see what you can do. It's exactly what Raya did today. I don't understand why you have to go that far to the right. That's from my own point of view. You are going far to the right. For what reason? First of all, the distance to go from where the free kick was taken, it's enough time for any goalkeeper in the world to readjust his body. If he's standing in the middle of the goal, there's enough time for you to readjust your positioning. Take 1 or 2 steps you want to take and jump for the ball. David Raya just made life difficult for himself today. The exact same he did against Manchester United, and he has clearly not learned from it. How do you give him that much space to target? And then when the guy is running up here, that's when you're deciding to make your own move to try and catch the ball. How? The guy has already taken it, he has already targeted where he wants to put the ball, and he made it work for him. That's purely on Raya. He has stood in the middle. Immediately Szoboszlai is making the run, he would know when to take the first step and the second step to punch the ball away. Yeah, I know I'm not a professional footballer, but I've watched football long enough to know that goalkeepers don't give that kind of space to free kick takers, especially from that kind of distance. I do not understand thought process. I do not understand the trainer that is telling him to give that kind of space. Like, you made the exact mistake against Manchester United. You should have learned from it. Why are you making that kind of space again?
Raya go set wall finish, go stand for the back of a wall. Why you can't set the wall? Now that wall is to make it harder for the free kick taker. You know now, it's okay. If they want beat me, make I know say my wall no lift or the person too good to lift the ball. Szoboszlai. Hello.
Some people go, they make a case of the injuries. Two Arsenal fans, they don't come here. They say no Saka. Say then they're proud of the team. Say Saka, Saliba, Havertz.
We lost the game today not because of injuries, because of the decision making of our manager. That's just the pure truth. That's just the summary of the entire experience today. Our manager made stupid selections. Our manager decided not to make changes on time. Our manager decided not to take brave decisions. He was a coward today, and we lost because of that. Plain and simple.
There's nothing like that. There's nothing. Now they complain about injuries. Bukayo Saka is out. You have Noni Madueke there. You have Etan Waneri there. You have Max Zoman there. Saliba went out, Musquera away enter. Played well. He did his job. Now you be your own problem. You, that be your 7 defensive minded players for line up. 3 defensive midfielders, 3 defenders. And now you play only 1 strike. This man lacks the ability to think like a winner. Even if you put this man for winner's chapel, he will never attend any chapel to be a winner. I'm telling you something.
More talk about in terms of the bigger picture for the season. If you say this losing today, go worry.
Sack that man. Sack this man. See, I go lie for you. I don't go feel like for now. See, this thing like the same thing happened last season. They respect big clubs. There's nothing to respect there, bro. All these excuses of say Eberechi just joined the club, Odegaard had a knock,
So I think that is the short breakdown of the entire experience for Arsenal tonight. It's actually very, very painful to watch the game today. The game, Liverpool were there for the taking. We could have actually scored at least 2 goals in the first half if only we had the right players on the pitch. And Mikel Arteta should take the blame and then should go back to his drawing board and do something different, because at this point I'm already thinking to myself, maybe better and growing case or whoever it is in charge should start looking for a replacement for him, because we cannot continue to go like this. We cannot continue to rely on someone that probably doesn't have the mentality to actually do something good for this football club. It is becoming unnecessarily repetitive for him to make the exact same decisions over and over again and not make significant changes to bring more productivity to the team. It is becoming very frustrating. So I think I'll stop here, and then please like and subscribe. Like I said, you can also go to the FFT to go and watch their content, watch some of their match reactions, their beautiful content over there. Please drop a like and subscribe, and then I'll see you guys next time.